Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to G Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. And I'm about to make another batch of my ultimate chocolate chip cookies. I started putting things together, and I said I should film this because I've been asked for the recipe. And this is a simple recipe, it doesn't take very long to put together. And I'm gonna go at it right now. I got my 2 cookie sheets here ready to go, and I preheated the oven to 375. So here's what I got for ingredients. In the small bowl, I put 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of salt, that's regular table salt, and 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, and I sifted that all together, and that sits to one side for right now. In the larger bowl, nothing up my sleeve. Okay, 1½ sticks of salted butter, regular salted butter. Okay, 1 1/4 cups firmly packed light brown sugar. Pack it into that cup nice and firm. Okay, 2 tablespoons of milk, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. And then on the side here, I have 1 large egg, which I'll beat slightly before I add it in. And the secret ingredient, white vinegar. 1 tablespoon of that will go in here. And what does that do? It enhances the sweetness of everything in the bowl. Okay, it's going to make everything super sweet, and it comes out nice and gooey on the cookies. Now, you can make the cookies a little more crisp if you like them that way, just by baking them a little bit longer. Okay, so the actual baking time for regular size cookies, which would be a tablespoon, balled up, a balled tablespoon of it, put those about 3 inches apart on a cookie sheet. That's for a standard size chocolate chip cookie. I do that. I double the size of the dough. I 2 tablespoon ball, which is a little bit smaller than a golf ball, and I get these really big, ooey gooey, chewy chocolate chip cookies, which I love, because I only need to take 2 of them out and sit down and enjoy those for a dessert. All right. So, for the regular size cookies, 8 to 10 minutes. For chewy cookies, 11 to 13 minutes for if you want them crispier. For the larger cookies, go 13 to 14 minutes for gooey, and go 16 minutes for crispy. Okay, it makes sense. You're cooking more dough, so you got to go a little bit longer. All right, well, I'm going to get to mixing this. I put it all together with the butter softened, and then I get everything blended together in here with just a spatula. And because it has milk in there, I always try to blend in the milk into the sugar and butter, and it's almost blended now. I'm sorry I had you out of screen because I was watching what I was doing, but you'll see it turns to kind of a nice brown, almost looks like a thick gravy, like a big thick beef gravy. But you want to get it into about this stage right here before you add a tablespoon of distilled white vinegar. Okay, that's it. You're going to mix that in. Now when it gets to the next step is going to be to add the egg to it. And I'm doing this one-handed while I'm holding the camera because I didn't feel like going out to the garage and getting my tripod. You want to mash up your butter and your brown sugar and get it all into a, well, basically what you're doing is you're liquefying this before you add the flour mixture to it. Okay, and now just gonna lightly beat the egg. I like using chopsticks for that. Okay, that's good enough. And we'll add that into the mixture. And that's one large egg. I like to get the egg to room temperature before I start. Same thing with the butter. Take them out an hour or two ahead of time and let them get soft and room temperature. All right. So at this point, it's ready to start adding the flour mixture. And then just before the flour mixture is completely incorporated, then I add the semi-sweet chocolate chips, baking chips. I'll start with about half of the flour mixture and stir that in, as you can see. You don't really have to go crazy on this. You don't need to use a stand mixer or anything like that. It's real easy to mix. It doesn't burn your arm out while you're doing this. After I add the rest of the flour, when it's about at this stage, is where I'll put in the chocolate chips and mix those in. And then all it is spooning it out onto the cookie sheet, sticking it in the oven on the middle rack, and cooking it for the allotted time. Now these, since I'm going to be doing them larger, will probably be about 13 minutes or so. And here we go. So no need for you to stand there and watch me. I'm going to put the phone down and get back to work, and I'll do a short to follow up on this, showing the finished product. This is G-Bear, thanking you for joining me. Don't forget your thumbs ups down there. Don't forget to share and subscribe. And I'm signing off.